Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Phantasy Calradia. Now, when we left off, we had just taken Raverden from the likes of the Vagiers, and I headed very quickly back to Wercheg to sort out some of our vassals who were having a little bit of relation difficulty with us, and I had to indict a couple of them, which was very painful indeed, because now the rest of them are a little unhappy. Of course, Lugi Ortracker himself is still perfectly fine because I actually awarded him Cure, because if you remember, one of the Vagier vassals that defected to us, he brought Cure with him, and I decided, well, we are going to indict him now. I know that is a little unfortunate for him, but he did join the Delthusum Empire, I believe, so he will be completely fine. But yes, nevertheless, we are having quite a few issues with our relation with our vassals, and hopefully in the near future I will be able to remodel our vassalage structure. Now, here is our army. It is a rather considerable one, 249, because of our shadows that we received at the end of the previous episode, and we will use them at Yoruma Castle. So let us head in there and hope that the Blazing Hand does not see fit to declare war on us anytime soon, and hopefully, maybe in the next couple of episodes, we will be able to take out the Vagiers, and then we will be in a very good position indeed. We will have almost all of the north completely consolidated under one banner, but there is still the matter of King Loke hiding away, or at least not hiding, but he's very defensive at Tharuk's Gate, and I think they are probably going to be incredibly difficult to take on. I think it would probably have to be a combined effort between some of our vassals and ourselves, so hopefully we will be able to sort that out sooner rather than later, and I am going to be holding position as best we can here. Now, let us try my fireball from this range. Oh, I think I hit some. That was rather impressive. Okay, well, I only have enough mana for one more fireball, so... Oh, yes, there we are. We're actually still getting kills, as you can see there. That is rather nice, I must admit. Okay, well, let's try and get some... Whoa, okay, we're getting quite a few more here. But I am now out of mana, which is a little unfortunate, but... Oh well, we did quite a serious amount of damage to their lines, and hopefully I am going to be sending in all of our infantry, because I have a feeling that our mages are going to be completely fine by the time we get there, in terms of weakening their defenses, and then we will be able to deal the decisive killing blow to Yoruma Castle, and then we will be able to head in to Vagier territory even further, and maybe even take Kudan, because I believe they took Kudan from the Khergits? No. What am I saying? I thought Kudan was a Khergit town for some reason, but... maybe that is another series I'm getting a little bit mixed up with, but... Yes, it does sound like a Khergit town, to me at least. Okay, let's get into the fray here. Okay. Well, I was hoping to get into the fray with my two-handed Vorpal blade a little bit here. Yes, there we are. Let's do some damage. And, oh, very nice Vorpal strike proc right there. Yes, very good indeed. Okay, now we definitely want to get our lightning bolt out and shoot at those vast arrays of units over there. Look at how many are falling before our lightning. Oh my goodness. And we have now gained level. Arkane has gained a level, and we will be selecting some pretty reasonable skills. Oh, okay. I thought I was actually going to take a lot more damage than that, but that was very pleasant anyway. Okay, come on, let's try and take out their enemy mages, because I have a feeling that some of our units are not necessarily the greatest when it comes to magic defense. Aha, there we are. I think we took out most of them. I am hopefully going to avoid getting shot by that guy. Yes, there we are. We took him out as well. And that is it. Wow, okay. There we go. Okay, they didn't have too many units stationed here, I must admit. And now an undead has broken free right at the end there. How unfortunate. Well, maybe he didn't actually break free, because we haven't killed him, and it doesn't say that we have any casualties, so, that is a rather interesting predicament, to say the least. Okay, we're going to take some... We're not going to take any units, apparently, because we have so many shadows. So I think we will probably be leaving it at that, and hoping that our shadows will level up sooner rather than later. And yeah, that's actually really unfortunate. I was really hoping to take quite a few there, but oh well, what can you do? We do have a pretty reasonable army as it is, so I don't really think we need to worry about it too much. I'll take a few pieces of loot. I don't really think we need to, but there it is nevertheless. And Yoruma Castle, who are we going to give this to? As you can see, I've done a little bit of sorting, and we have a very small amount of vassals now. I was thinking of indicting Lady Mateld and Lord Fruorin, but as you know, they were our companions, and I really did not want to do such a thing. So we will just have to make it so that, wow, yes, they are now going to be happy, but whoa, look at this. Ortracker has a huge amount of towns and castles. That is very nice to see. He will be a force to be reckoned with. I have a feeling that Mr. Ortracker is going to stay with us for the rest of this playthrough, hopefully, and as a result, I am going to give this to Frudak. Now, as you can see here, every single one of them, Ulasame, Meleza, and Devlian, Fruorin, and Mateld? No, it appears that Mateld did not actually lose any relation from me giving to Frudak, so maybe they are friends. That would be wonderful, because then we could keep those two on, and we could keep Mr. Ortracker, and maybe we'd have to lose a couple more of the others, unfortunately. But there it is, and nevertheless, we have Frudak now garrisoning that castle, which is wonderful. So, what are we going to do now? I've just realized that the Vaegir's kingdom has actually invaded Khergit lands quite considerably. And are they anywhere else? Is that them? No, that's a dwarven castle. Okay, I actually thought they had stretched their reach so far because it is a similar color, but nevertheless, I think Kudan is our next target. So let us take a look here. Our shadows have leveled up, 7 of them. Very nice. We'll get another Orc Raider as well. And now Arkane can level up himself. So, what are we going to do? We're going to level up strength, agility, maybe? Well, one of you did state that shield is not necessarily going to be very useful. So I think what we may end up doing is leveling up our agility and attempt to get to 21 agility, and then we'll have enough riding skill to use the Nightmare Horse, which can be found in the Obsidian Spire, I believe, in Delthasum Empire lands. So maybe something like that would be applicable to our current situation, but we'll see. Now, I would like to increase athletics or weapon master, potentially, but pathfinding would be amazing as well as inventory management. And, oh, I remember. I was going to increase faith, wasn't I? Okay, so let's go agility, and let's increase our faith yet again. We can get another in faith after this. Yes, we can get some more XP, hopefully, in the next battle, and we'll be able to get our faith to 3, and then we will have the heal spell, which is even better. So, let us now head on to Kudan and hope that that fellow over there, Boyar Brasha, does not attempt to siege Yoruma Castle in retaliation for our actions. Boyar Vlan is there, as well as Kumipa. Oh my, that is not a good sign. I'm hoping that they're not going to siege. Whoa, look at that! There's Sir Play! He's joined Order of the Blazing Hand. Well, I suppose he did have to go somewhere, and that is as good a choice as any, so, I'm very pleased for him, actually. So, oh well, there we are. Now, let us build our ladders. Thankfully, it is a ladder town, and we will now be heading in, and, oh! I've just had word, as you can see here. Rochabath of the Norkrak realm has been taken prisoner by the Delthasum Empire, so yes, I was really surprised, really, that the dwarves declared war against the Delthasum Empire, but maybe they had a fief in mind for them to expand their territory ever more. And, oh, that reminds me, there is actually a Delthasum Empire fief incredibly close to where we currently are, or at least to where Tharok's Gate is. So maybe that is the reason. Yes, I think it might be. Now, contrary to the previous siege, I am going to be letting our mages to do quite a bit of damage here, and I was actually hoping that I could fire my lightning bolt, maybe? Yes, okay, we got a couple of kills. No? Yes, we got a couple of kills, cool. I thought we actually just only did a little bit of damage there, but thankfully we did get a couple of kills. And I think after the next wave of reinforcements, like, we are going to take out these fellows right here, and then I will be charging in our infantry, our Blazing Hand Inquisitors, and various other assorted units. I think then we would have a very good chance of very successfully getting a foothold on their battlements, or at least I can hope that would be the case. Come on, let's take out these guys. There we are. Any more? Whoa, okay. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, so I think we can probably charge in now. There really isn't too much going to stop us here. Come on. Every time they use their fireball skill, I get some sort of strange freeze, but nevertheless, we are doing an excellent job right here, and thankfully enough, I am getting a lot of experience in the process as well. So, unfortunately, I do not have enough mana to finish off all of those wounded units. No! Okay, well, hopefully our mana will be rejuvenating rather soon, and I will be able to use yet another lightning bolt spell, because as you can see, they have just respawned. Come on! Yes, there we are. Come on, give me a little bit more than that, please. Really? Okay, I only got one kill from that. That is impressive, to say the least. Their magic defense must be a little bit higher than average. Or at least, maybe my spell is not the greatest at the moment. But, yeah. Come on! Yes, there we are. They all fell before us. That is wonderful. Come on, let's do some more. Now, I am going to want to get down there, so let us attempt to actually do that with our two-handed Vorpal Blade in hand. Let's go down there and see what we can do. Now, this is not advisable for anyone to attempt, because, of course, you have to be an expert fighter to be able to deal with these fellows. And I know that I am just so good at this game that, you know, there is no way that they are going to be taking me out. As is testament in the previous sieges. Yeah, of course, I am saying this all in jest, because I do not believe I am the greatest by any means, but we have successfully taken Kudan thanks to our Blazing Hand Inquisitors and our mages, of course, and our Lightning Bolt spell has taken a little bit of the credit. So there we are, that is great. So, 12 renown and 30 morale. Now, one of you did actually ask in the comments whether I could add a kill counter to this particular mod. Now, not entirely sure what you mean by that in terms of whether you want me to add a counter in editing, such as a little number in the top right corner of the screen to say, oh yes, I've killed this many, or something like that. But I think with the new update of Phantasy Calradia, maybe they're going to be adding in something to that effect, and it might indeed count in the mod itself. So I will not need to do a huge amount of micromanagement, but hopefully they will, and it would be rather nice to be able to see how many units Arkane has been able to kill with his Lightning Bolt spell. So yes, we'll wait with bated breath over that, and hopefully we will see some results of that soon. Okay, so are there any things? Oh my, yes, we definitely want to take... we can't though, can we? No, we can't, because we have shadows. Well, yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, I must admit, but we cannot actually take any of these fellows here, because we have so many shadows, and I think the shadows are going to be more useful than one dark mage. So, yeah, that will be that. That is painful. Well, nevertheless, we have taken Kudan, and I will now be giving this to... who? Lady Mateld, perhaps? I'm not entirely sure on that, to be honest, because Lady Mateld is, as you saw previously, not capable of fielding a large amount of units. And I don't really want to give it to one of the other vassals, because they may defect to a different faction and take it with them, which would be awful. Okay, what about Lord Fruoren then? Let's give it to him. Okay, so... It appears that Ulasame, Meleza, and Devlian are probably going to be indicted soon, which is a little unfortunate, I must admit. I was hoping that we would be able to keep them around for quite some time, and... How dare you, bandits! Oh my goodness. I have a bad feeling that they're actually going to be able to take me out as well, because I am not prepared. You know, you are not prepared! That is a classic. Okay, well, let us try. Oh, there we are. That was actually a little bit easier than I imagined, but we do have all of our companions with us, so I suppose that is something that we are definitely grateful for. Now, let us make sure that we can sell all of these things here. I'm still carrying this for some reason, because this was for Frudak, believe it or not, but because he is a lord now, I'm not able to actually give it to him, which is a little unfortunate, to say the least. Okay, well, let us take all of this food. There we are, that is great. And just a vampiric bolt and a charm person there. And no horses. Anything else? Maybe we could find the healing ring in this area, even though it is a long stretch right there to even think that it may be here. Ah, well, there we are. That is fine. We have taken Kudan. Okay, so where do we want to go next? I'm not entirely sure, because we could go to Sungetche Castle or to Dramug Castle. However, they are a little bit out of the way, and I would like to potentially take Riverchegg, because that would be the last remaining Vaegir stronghold that is actually a town, and I think that might be a good plan. Now, this is the castle I was talking about previously that the Delthasum Empire has control over, and I can only assume that is the reason why the Norkrak realm has declared war against them. Although they still do have a castle down here, which is still rather amusing to me. I'm not entirely sure how they were even able to take that, but maybe it was one of the fellows that defected from the Swadians, and indeed maybe even the Rodoks? Perhaps, yeah, that is probably something to think about. Well, yes. Okay, we're gonna go to Riverchegg, guys. Let's do it. Let's go all the way to Riverchegg, and we will be maybe trying to find some Hell Knights on the way. That would be wonderful. Okay, let's actually do that. Let's go into the northeast of the map, and we will see. Okay, there's nothing to do with us, thankfully enough. Okay, so as we know, the Hell Knights do have a unique sprite on the world map in terms of their model. They have, I believe it is, 2 drow-looking units, as well as a drow at the front. Similar to that, but they, of course, they are demons rather than drow. But they do look relatively similar, so that is something to think about. So let us head over here and see what we can do. Oh, it appears that Lord Aiden has renounced his allegiance to the kingdom of Nords and joined the realm of shadows, as well as Lord Iria as well. So they will be waiting in our court back at Werchegg, and we will hopefully be able to accept their allegiance, which is rather nice, I must admit. Hopefully, if we accept these fellows, they are all joining us. Wow, okay. Yes, as I was saying, hopefully if they join us, they will not see fit to be upset with each other if I give fiefs to others, maybe. Considering they are all a part of the Nords, or at least part of the realm of shadows now, which is rather cool. Okay, well, it appears that I cannot find any Hell Knights, but do bear in mind that Kudan is now under siege. Well, we cannot have that, can we? But, as I was about to say before I was rudely interrupted by their siege, it is a large area, and they can be constantly moving, and it's very difficult to pin them down. It was by pure luck that I found... Oh! A band of unholy knights has risen. Maybe I have a better chance at that point. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I am going to be heading over here to defend Kudan from the likes of Vlan, I believe it is, Boyar Vlan. And once we have defended it successfully, I will be heading around the land, and hopefully we will be able to find it. Of course, I will cut away for that so that we don't have to waste your time too much with the very, very painstaking work of finding those fellows. So let us wait here for some time and see what Boyar Vlan is going to do. We are getting a huge amount of vassals joining us, though, from the Kingdom of Nords, and I can only assume that means one thing, that the Kingdom of Nords is now eliminated. So there we are. We do not need to worry about them any further. Of course, we did not have to, because they had made peace with us. And we actually do have a vassal of ours next to us here. Who is this? Aha, it's Lord Fruorin. Okay, I'm going to be heading over there to help him. Yes, there we are. We want to help him so that we can gain some relation and hopefully mend fences a little bit, because as you know, we are having issues with that. And I was actually hoping that it would be someone, let's just say, a little more likely to dislike us, as it were, instead of Fruoren, who I just gave a castle to. Or did I actually give the town to him? I believe I gave the town to him. Well, that is exactly my point. I was really hoping that we would be able to at least find someone fighting here that didn't really like us, so that we could make a huge difference in that respect. Well, nevertheless, I mistakenly pressed Q there, but nevertheless, yes, we will be attempting to slaughter as many of these units as we can, and hopefully not die in the process. I am tanking a lot of their damage, as you can see. Thank you, Dark Mage, for assisting me there. Very nice of you, and I believe that will be that. There is one archer remaining, and huge amounts of blazing hand inquisitors were approaching him from behind, and that was not going to be a very pleasant experience for him, that is for sure. So, there we are, that was that, and yes, he didn't really have a very high relation with us anyway, so I suppose any points of increase are a good thing. Okay, we're going to be letting this fellow go because he does have a good personality, so let us attempt to play this a little bit smarter than we actually have been with the Nords, because we do have a foothold now, so we can make those kinds of decisions, because previously, when I was being rather ruthless with enemy vassals and taking them prisoner no matter what, that is, of course, to uphold our status as a necromancer, but also to prevent the retaliatory strikes and sieges that they may indeed try to employ. So here is the first Shadow Knight that we are getting, and I actually just clicked on Wizard. Okay, first Shadow Wizard then, that is fine. So we now have 2, and we will get hopefully a large amount more as time goes on, so that would be very nice indeed to see. So yes, we helped Lord Fruoren at least. And I'm actually thinking, should I give him some troops? Yeah, let's give him some troops. Let's go over there and give him some. Why not? We want him to be a lot better, so let's do that. Okay, so he can actually level up, but unfortunately, as the mod does not incorporate that particular sub-mod, I am not able to speak to him to level him up. But maybe in the new version, who knows? I'm not entirely sure. But we'll see how it goes with these Shadow Warriors. What should I give him? Should I give him Shadows or Shadow Warriors? Okay, I know what to do. Let's give him around 20 shadows, and we'll give him maybe 15, 12, that's fine, yes, 12 of those, and we'll give him 7 of these. I really did not mean to give 7, I meant to get 6, but yes, there we are, that is fine. So, hopefully, he will now have 89 troops, which is a little bit more respectable from 50, so hopefully he will be able to take on some of these bandits and level up our shadow units into some very powerful adversaries of the Vagiers indeed. We can only hope so. Now, here we are. We are going to be defending Boyarvland's attempts to besiege Kudan and indeed be able to recapture it from the realm of shadows, but this is probably not going to go too well for him. As we all know, the mages on our side are so incredibly powerful in terms of our shadow wizards. They are not going to be very pleased with their efforts, that is for sure, and hopefully word will spread that the realm of shadows is not to be trifled with, but not too far, because I don't want it to stretch to the Delthasum Empire just yet. I would like word of our power to spread to nearby factions so that they are not tempted to siege against us, but the Delthasum Empire at the moment is rather strong, and I think they would probably have a pretty reasonable time of attempting to attack us and maybe even taking a couple of our fiefs away from us. So we do need to make sure that that does not happen. Unfortunately, the relation with my current faction is not relative to the relation I have with our vassals, so that is unfortunate. He is a good personality as well, so we will let him go. Oh yes. There we are. Okay, so that is fine, and I think now I will cut away very quickly indeed. I will take a look around this area in a horseshoe type of routine, and then I will look through the middle as well, just to make sure that we haven't missed any unholy knights or indeed hell knights. So I will see you soon. Okay, so we are in pursuit currently of some death knights. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether we will be able to catch them, but I'm hoping we will be able to. Now, I saw Frudak running after these fellows as he was currently running away, but as soon as Frudak saw us in the area, he decided, oh, I'm brave enough now to take these fellows on. Hopefully he will be scared by Boyar Doru's party, Frudak, and we will be able to, yes, intercept the Death Knights before they escape, which they just have been able to. They are rather fast. This is the slight irritation when you are greeted by some of these fellows, so let us hopefully be able to catch them. As you can see, this is going to be a Benny Hill style of chase at the moment, yes. And now Kudan has been besieged. He's taking this opportunity to very quickly siege. Oh my goodness, and now my morale is going wrong. No! Okay, come on. We can do this. Go on. Really? I don't have enough pathfinding to catch this guy. I'm moving at 4.6, he's moving at 5. I'm never going to catch him. Ah, okay. I'll tell you what. Shall we just get rid of some shadows? I don't really want to do that. But we already have 24 shadow warriors, 11 armored shadow warriors. I think I just have to do it. We can get those very, very quickly again. So we're now up to 4.8. So hopefully we'll be able to catch him with that. Please? Maybe? Yes! We did it! Oh yes, okay, there we go. We actually got him with 4.8 speed. Thank goodness. Okay, so that is all we needed to do. We just needed to lose some troops, gain some speed. Now we are 163 troops against 24. So thankfully I have been able to now capture some of these knights on camera, which we had previously done, I believe, in the northeast of the Blazing Hand territory, but now I suppose it is a little more recent episode, so yes, this will be rather nice. As you can see, they are wearing very similar armor to what I am currently, and unfortunately it appears that they are going to be destroying a huge amount of our mages. This is not pleasant, I must admit, because they have a huge amount of... Oh, okay. Never mind. They have a huge amount of magic resistance, I was about to say, but it appears they got taken out very, very quickly indeed. Now, all I can hope for is the fact that they are wielding polearms, and that is not good. Especially not for my warg. So let's try to deal some damage to that fellow. Yes, there we are. Now, let's come in from behind. Deal some damage. Hopefully... Oh my. We will be able to take these guys out without taking too much damage. Oh my. That was not good. Okay. I think we may have a few too many mages at the moment, as you can see by the back line over there. That is not too good. Okay, come on, take this guy out. Oh my goodness, my one-handed sword is not as good as I would like it to be, but maybe I should wield it in a two-handed fashion while I'm on horseback. That might be a way to go. So, as you can see, this is actually the nightmare horse that I was talking about, that you actually need 7 in riding to mount and indeed ride. So we will hopefully be able to get up there as long as our agility allows it. And I was really not wanting this to happen, because as this happens, I believe there is a lesser chance to get good amounts of loot. Is that just me? I'm not entirely sure, but as far as I am aware, I believe the best chance of getting loot is by taking on the largest group you can find, and indeed taking them all out at once. Now, this fellow is going to attempt to lance me, but I will not allow it to happen, even though we are on a pretty slow mount, I must admit. Now, he is attempting to throw fireballs at us, which is still not going to work because of our magic defense being so high. So let us take our Vorpal Blade and deal some damage to his incredibly strong horse, and actually not to the rider at all. I am terrible at mounted combat, as you all know, so I don't know why I'm surprised anymore. Oh, there we are, 37 damage, that's not too bad. But yes, of course, we do need our entire army to be able to take one of those out. But nevertheless, now we should get a chance to loot them, please. Oh no. Oh no, I knew that would happen. You know why? Because we were only fighting that one guy. If we weren't fighting that one guy and we'd taken out all of them at the start, we would have had a much better chance of being able to loot them. So, that's disappointing, isn't it? That is very disappointing indeed. Okay, well, I wasn't really expecting anything like that to occur, but... I was really wanting to get the helm! Their helm! Well, at least you know now that around this area is where the knights can be found, the various knights. And I suppose now I will be ending this episode off here, and next time on Phantasy Calradia, I will have defended Kudan from the likes of Boyar Rudin, is it? I believe it is. And then we will be heading on to Rivercheg, because that is a siege tower, and it's probably going to take quite a while, so yes, I will hopefully be able to complete that. So, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.